here's 4 tricks to know when you're trying to get the best deal possible on that next car.
All right, Ray, so we just got back from that test drive. I know you're in love with this F-150. Can we just talk a little bit about monthly budget? What's your payment that you're looking for here?
I don't know that I would say I love the F-150. I think I like it. I think I might like it enough to actually buy it. What's my monthly budget?
Everyone's got a monthly budget, Ray.
Everybody does. I don't. I'm more concerned about, well, what's the actual price I can buy the vehicle for? So I want to know, A, what the selling price is, and then B, what it's going to be with all the fees involved. So I want to get that total out the door price based on an agreed upon selling price. Can we do that?
Okay, so you're saying just focus on an out the door price right now and go from there?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yes. Can we do that?
Absolutely, Ray. Let me go talk to my manager. I can try and find an out-the-door number for you. I know he's going to ask me about monthly payments, but again, okay, I heard you there. I saw you drove in that 2018 Dodge Challenger.
Yes.
Are you thinking about selling that, trading that in? What's your thoughts around the Challenger you drove in here?
Well, once we've agreed on a selling price, the Challenger, yes, I'm planning on trading the Challenger. I have gotten prices for it from other dealers. So I have gone around the area to see what other dealers are willing to pay for it, not to trade it in, what they would actually write a check for it for. And then I went on another website that put me in touch with the 3 others who have made bids on the vehicle. So the highest bid I have on the Challenger so far is $14,500. So assuming that you can meet or beat that once we've agreed on a selling price, then I'll be more than happy to trade that Challenger.
What's that website you use? What's that thing called?
Well, it's CarEdge. Some website called CarEdge where I could just plug in my VIN number and condition, and they spit out like various buyers of the vehicle and how much they'll pay for it.
All right, Ray, great news.
Yes.
Talk to my manager. Here's what we've got for you. The out-the-door price on this vehicle, all taxes, all fees, everything included.
Yeah.
You're at $52,780. This is on a $64,000 Ford F-150, and we got you out the door at 52 and some change, okay?
That's pretty good, but I did a little bit of market research, and some of the market research I've done shows how well these vehicles are selling in comparison to other vehicles in the market.
Of course.
You've had this car, just based on the information I was able to gather, close to 100 days. Typically, it takes about 150 days to clear this inventory. So if you don't sell it to me, you're probably looking at another 50 days on the lot. I appreciate the 52,780. I think that's pretty close to fair.
Pretty good price.
But if we could get down to, say, 52.5 based on the market conditions I've seen from the research I've done, then I'd be more than happy, assuming you can get me close to 14.5 to 15,000 for the trade, that Challenger. Be more than happy to try and put the whole thing together for you.
All right, well, I'll have to talk to my manager about that. This is our best price. It's what we've got advertised online.
I understand.
There's no extra, add-ons or anything like that. So I'll have to talk to my manager and make sure we can do that.
No, it's either that or another month of floor plan. You ask him which he would prefer, but he could have me as a customer. He could get this off the books. He could have my trade. You might be able to make another $3,000-$4,000 on my trade. I don't know. I think $280 is next to nothing for you guys to have to give up in order to have an opportunity to make another $5,000, $6,000, $7,000.
All right, great news, Ray. My manager agreed, 52.5. It's the best deal we've done all month. And you know what? You're a hell of a savvy customer, so glad to get this done. And also on that trade-in, we'll match that offer you got. You said it was 14.5.
Yes.
What you showed me. Yeah, we'll match that 14.5. You also here get a sales tax basis benefit. So the effective sales tax, the effective trade-in amount is closer to 15.2. So we're giving you even more there. So we're going to match you on the OTD you want at 52.5 and that 14.5 trade-in, which again is more like 15.2. So that's the deal. All I need to do is just sign this piece of paper and we'll wrap it all up today.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be more than happy to do that. Oh, and by the way, can you share with your finance manager, the business manager, that I got pre-approved at my credit union for 4.49% for 60 months. So assuming that he can meet or beat that, I would be more than happy to finance it through you guys. And that way I don't have to run around to the credit union and all that. We can just do all the paperwork here.
Gotcha. Okay. You're going to finance it and you've got a pre-approval.
Yes. So you just need to share that with your business manager. Let him know he's got to beat 4.49%. Match or beat. I'll be fair. Match or beat. That way I don't have to run around to go get all the paperwork done. We can just do it here and I can go home in my new car and your boss can start figuring out how to get that Challenger sold.
All right, so there you go, folks. That's how to buy a car in today's market. There were 4 things you did, 4 questions you asked as the customer, Dad, that really threw me for a loop as the salesperson. Those 4 things were out the door price.
Absolutely. You wanted to know what my monthly budget was off the top. I wanted to know what the total price of the vehicle was going to be off the top.
Yep. So you always focus on out the door price.
Yes.
The next thing you did was on the trade-in. You had leverage. You had other offers from other dealers that wanted to purchase that vehicle, and that's super easy to do nowadays.
Oh, absolutely. You could take your car to any dealership and say, hey, I'm just interested in selling my car. I don't want to buy another car. How much can you offer me for it? I'm going to shop it around in our market area here. So give me your best number. And hopefully if yours is the highest, I'll be selling it to you.
Yeah. And obviously my dad may be a little more old school, saying go to the different dealerships in your area, which you're more than happy to do.
Yes.
You can also do this online. We have a tool on our website, caredge.com/sell. There's various other tools on the internet as well. So all sorts of easy ways to get leverage on the trade. And then you referenced market conditions. So you knew how long this vehicle had been sitting. You knew how fast this inventory was turning in the area. I gave you a deal way below invoice. You knew invoice too, way below invoice, but you still knew to ask for a little bit more. So that was the third one, was referencing market conditions.
Yes, absolutely. Know what the market conditions are, how long it's taking dealers to sell these vehicles, what the normal turn is as far as number of days it takes for them to sell them, know how many days it's been sitting on the dealer's lot. And you can reference things like, well, if you sell it to me today at a slightly lower price, at least you're not going to have to stroke a check for another floor plan interest charges. Your manager can get his hands on my trade. You can start the process of recouping extra profits.
Press and pause there for our audience, that floor plan. A lot of people that are watching this video have no clue what that means. You referenced the 100 days on the lot, 150 days to turn. Take us back a step here. You need to explain what floor plan is for our audience, pretty please.
Well, floor plan is the dealers actually finance their inventory. They don't pay cash for their inventory. The bank finances it for them. And every month they have to pay interest on the amount that the bank lent them for that car. So every month it sits, they have to write another check for $400 or $450, whatever it is, and that's just an added expense. So it's important for a dealer to try and sell a vehicle sooner rather than later to cut down on the amount of interest they have to pay to the bank.
This is why knowing how long a vehicle's been on a dealer's lot is super important. And it's also important to understand that these dealers get assistance from the manufacturer, sometimes for 30 days, 60 days, maybe even 90 days of floor plan assistance to help cover the cost of carrying that inventory. So once it gets past 90 days, dealers paying this money out of pocket. There's no subsidy coming from the manufacturer to help them anymore. So again, the longer a vehicle sits, the more pain the dealer's in to want to get rid of it. The fourth thing that you did that was brilliant, the fourth question you brought up, or the thing that you referenced, was having a pre-approval for your financing.
Yes. Be sure to share that you went and you got a pre-approval. Mention to your salesperson, hey, tell your finance manager I'm pre-approved at X, assuming that he can match or beat X. I would be more than happy to do my financing here, so I don't have to do any extra running around, and you guys could just do all the paperwork for me right here.
It's like deflating the air out of a balloon when you reference that to a salesperson or to a finance manager. She might not be so interested in meeting with you in the finance office after you've said that, but that's how you gain some leverage.
Absolutely.